Phantom of the Ark theme. Having her show today, an interview today. With a lovely poet, a lovely guest. Introduce yourself.
I am Yvette G.Santana, poet, spoken word artist, and mental health advocate. Right? Yeah.
Alright, awesome. So, what started you on your journey to poetry?
Ooh, that's a lovely question. Definitely my mental health had a lot to do with it. I feel like going through what I went through when I was younger and having the outlet of writing saved my life. And I got into performing about 2 years ago after one of my pieces was published, and I spoke at the event. After that, it was literally like beautiful world of poetry. I started taking it a lot more seriously as far as like performing, and now I just want to help change the world. So that's where the movement, the I Am Not Crazy movement, came out, and I want to help just everybody grow and become better.
Yeah, because today we're just speaking about mental health
Right,
as well.
right.
And how obviously like we're talking about bipolar disorder as well, and like how there's different versions of how it actually is and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I found that I hit a large peak when I wrote my book Healing Powers, and I wrote it specifically while I was going through episodes, so it was kind of interesting. But I found that art in general was the one thing that could never judge me, you know? And as a creative, like, we can all relate. As a creative, when you're in your element, there's no other feeling that's better than being in your element.
You know what? I can't lie. It's just like that kind of feeling when you're like in the zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very much channel yourself in that way.
So I feel like that's what it was for me. Once I found my thing, my zone, I just was like, okay, now how can I, one, facilitate this for myself, continue it for myself, for my own well-being, but also how can this help change the world around me as well? Because ultimately, we are not, I'm a very spiritual person, so I don't believe that we were here put on this earth just for ourselves. Primarily, yes. However, we were put on this earth to help the world and the people around us to become better. So I feel like through art, I want to help make that happen.
And that very much has been happening as well with the I'm Not Crazy movement.
Oh yeah, it's been beautiful. We have conversations like this, like where no judgment, and you can just speak about the things. The way that I like to explain it is, I want to talk to you about the things that you hide from everybody else. You know, things that when you walk out your front door in the morning, the thing, that one thought that you like push all the way to the back of your head, that's what I want to talk about. You know what I mean? Because within that conversation comes comfortability, right? You become comfortable with being uncomfortable, and then within that sparks conversation, within that sparks community and a platform. And the one thing with bipolar, depression specifically, right? Because I have bipolar and I have type 2, which is you experience depressive episodes. And within that, you feel very alone, very, very alone. And go to speak, you don't have to have depression to feel alone. Sometimes this world is really cruel.
Oh, wow.
And so it makes you feel like you don't have anybody to reach out to. And the one thing that I wanted my platform to express was that you are not alone. You are supported. And even the ugliest truth is something that we are able to talk about together. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I really resonate with the whole idea of building a community and stuff, and having people that are feeling alone and making them feel like they're actually part of something and it's not just them. Because I know like Phantom of the Art is more like just alternative people and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like I can relate in the fact that like sometimes even we felt alone and stuff as well.
Right.
In terms of the stuff that we like, in terms of what we are, in terms of our interests and stuff too. And it's just the thing of like when you do have other people that you know that like, oh, I like this, or actually, well, I'm going through these things.
Yeah.
It's kind of a thing where like, you can be like, oh, okay, I actually can relate to this. I'm not alone in this. I'm not weird.
Yeah.
I'm actually more normal than I would have thought.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what it's all about.
That's one thing that sort of, I think COVID has actually really, really helped, in that there were different smaller communities, like in different areas, different countries and so on. But like outside of our own bubbles, we weren't necessarily aware that, you know, there were others like us.
Yeah, right.
So like it's brought all of these different communities together for like-minded people, but it's also kind of blurred the lines as well for communities that did seem quite different, so that we're able to kind of come together in a more beautiful way, and that's been so healthy and inclusive.
Yeah. That's actually the reason I'm here right now. Right? So I find it pretty great. It has its ups and downs, but yeah, one thing that I will say I'm grateful for within 2020, despite everything else, would be the fact that we were all able to connect in ways that we might not have. I'm not going to say that we wouldn't have, but we might not have been able to, because the connection would have been, how do you say it, like, it would have been harder to obtain because we wouldn't have known, you know?
There would have been.
Welcome back to the show. We just had a lovely break full of pizza.
Good pizza.
Yeah.
Great
Pizza.
Yeah, and just vibes as always.
Good vibes, great vibes.
But now we're back to talking.
Business.
Let me cross my legs.
Serious now, guys.
This is serious time.
Oh man.
But anyway, back to the questions and such as well. We did touch on poetry and why you started it. We touched on mental health, and we also talked about community as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and connecting with each other as well. Not even just in the mental health community, but just community in general too as well.
Yeah. Another thing is that when I started performing more, I became a lot more comfortable within my own emotions and within expressing my own emotions. So I feel like it gave me, it allowed me, it allowed me to rediscover my strength within learning how to express myself and learning how to have those difficult conversations with people that I care about, specifically family.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, I get that, because I know that sometimes with family, when it comes to conversations and stuff, it can be very difficult, especially all the stuff that maybe bothered you, or maybe certain traumas and stuff that they put you through.
Right.
And that's like always a thing where, like, especially if the other family member isn't willing to listen, no, that's when it gets really hard and stuff as well. So
yeah, that's where my art showed me that it does matter if they listen, right? But it also matters more that you validated your own feelings. And regardless of what their response is, you are able to have that conversation and to just express your own emotion.
Like, them listening is not the process.
Yeah.
Like, the process,
sure.
we can actually begin to process things by writing them, and I think poetry's helped a lot with that.
Oh yeah.
So when you mention writing and stuff, right? Is it a thing where, like, maybe you started, like, in a diary, or just started writing something, like, in general, then it just evolved into poetry, or is it just a poetry, like, right off?
It depends.
Sometimes it's both.
Yeah.
I feel like when I first started writing, though, to be honest, I didn't think I would be a performer. I thought that I would just write and it would be a way to cleanse myself. But performing is really fucking fun, man. It's so fun. Performing is so fun. It takes a lot of practice, but it's so fun. So I feel like it depends. It depends what you need in the moment. You know? Because sometimes you're like, what we were saying earlier, I really want to go home and write. Sometimes you want to write a piece to perform. And specifically for me, if I'm writing for performance styles, I have a different technique and a different way of writing
Different
versus versus when I'm actually just writing for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like even beginning to write poems, that happens in different ways. So like I've got on my phone like just one note of like random lines that I think of during the day, and I showed you one earlier. Sometimes it's having an idea or a topic that you want to write on and starting on that. But something we do which is really fun is the prompts.
Prompts.
Oh, so see your poetry, like you see how when you have writing stories and stuff in general, you guys have prompts as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we literally grab anything. Okay, like we'll grab like blue or something like that, and we'll give each other a certain amount of time. It could be anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes. Typically, we like 3 minutes. Yeah. Just to really challenge ourselves.
Quick fire.
Yeah, we see what we can come up with. Fun. Oh, it is so fun.
Well, like when...
it just gets really interesting.
When the prompt to broccoli becomes an erotic piece.
Right?
Okay.
Listen, it was fire though. It was fire. So that's another thing. You can do like themes, genres, whatever, right? Yeah. Because if you're a true writer, you can write anything and you can write it in any way. So we took the prompt broccoli with the theme of erotica. And it actually came out really fire.
And not only did it come out fire, right? But like I'm going to own this for myself. Not only was it such a sexy piece of poetry,
right?
But the broccoli wordplay,
right? was just insane.
Hey, you guys are making me want to hear this broccoli poem. I have to hear this.
I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, I was just
damn, I missed out on a great piece of art lost in history.
No, like I have a full on like the reusable Tesco carrier bags, like full of random scraps of paper. So broccoli will be in there.
Just have to ruffle through it.
Yeah, that's the typical life of a poet or a writer is that you have about 1,000 unused notes in your phone. You have like 1,000 more poems that just are halfway, just never made the mark. And then you have your really great set of poetry that you don't want anybody to fucking touch.
Final book.
Yeah, you don't want anybody to touch it. And that's the beautiful thing about being a poet though. Like once you go through all of those stages and then you get that one piece and you just, when you proudly just walk away from a piece, you're like, yep, that's it.
Romeo.
Right? Just pen drops. Yeah, for real. Oh man.
That is awesome. So
that piece completed it, mate.
Right? Yeah.
So I'm guessing you reckon like, how you have all these like poems that you make and you gather and you put them somewhere you don't want anyone to know. Do you reckon it could be like a time capsule that maybe like 100 years or 200 years, 1,000 years time from now?
I think you just did something.
You just did something.
Oh, man. I did?
It's going down in history. It's going down right now in this moment. Tonight. We should do that tonight.
Hey guys.
Oh my god!
History.
And you know what? This is where the universe comes together.
No, it's actually beautiful.
And like this is what shows me like the universe. She has a plan, right?
Absolutely.
Because we've just sat and said like tonight we want to write. And you've gone boom time capsule, which means something beautiful is going to be created,
right?
Which we will need to credit you for.
Yeah, you gotta write the little side note. You gotta write it. Gotta credit it. Oh, that's awesome.
No, I just got the idea because like in my near my area, like there's a place kind of further from my area. There's like this place where there's like a telephone booth with just these books and stuff. And I just researched it, and apparently it's meant to just be a time capsule, so people can just take a book or just put a book there,
that's
and
awesome.
just to put there and keep there or whatever.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that happens.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that so much.
I've actually never thought about doing that.
No,
that's beautiful. Yeah. I so want to do that. I want to do that.
I guess my platform's more inspiring, and whoa, I already am.
That could be like a Shits and Scribbles, I'm Not Crazy movement, like collaboration. Get people to sort of submit their poetry for the time capsule.
Oh, yeah. You're in my brain. That's dope. Oh my god.
We'll discuss this later.
My brain is like blown right now.
Right.
That's dope. You know when you just see the idea unfolding in your mind?
Poetic process.
Right?
That's just how it goes, right? Yeah. You just have the vision, you just see it going, and you just get so excited. It's like a kid.
Yeah.
You're going to Disneyland, but Disneyland's just the result of what you're gonna do, right?
Yeah. I think that makes it even better, yeah? Oh, man.
So, because we were talking about poetry still, besides the time capsule, what else are you guys gonna do to like try to take to the next level and stuff? like in terms of everything that we've spoken about?
Yeah. Well, my main focus is like within the mental health aspect. I am going to be able to connect with not only the people of the community, but the people that can actually make a political change and make a change within super fucked up pharmaceutical companies. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Hold on. Right? So those are the people that I want to shake their hand. Like, this is what I'm doing. I believe for the people, this is what I can bring.
Yeah.
Versus being hooked into a system which ultimately not plummets them down, because medication works for some people, right? But ultimately, I feel like, why can't we hit A, B, C, D, and E before you throw them all the way into the back? You know, before you sign that script, before you give them a diagnosis, because ultimately that plays so much on an individual's character and their personality. And I feel like you have to just allow somebody to be them. And I want to bring that idea into the next level of what can actually help the people change. I don't just want it to be a platform for performing. I'm going like next level.
Make a change.
I want to
climb and influence at each level, so that once you get to the top and you're able to start enforcing changes from the top, they have already started to be in place because of the work that's been done getting there.
Yeah, create the solid foundation
so
that the next levels build. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's awesome. I really mess with that message. Actually getting to influence all the people that actually can have a change and a hand in that.
Right.
So then at least, you can actually make real change and a real difference.
Yeah. That's why I make sure every single place that I go, they know my name, they know what I do, they know why I do it. Because you never know who that one person knows. You never know who you can meet. And you never know how that one split second of meeting that one person can, alter reality and alter your destiny.
Snowball.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
Like, even sort of down to here and now.
Yeah.
Like, this may well have been influenced not just by something that you posted, but the precise moment in time in which you posted it. Therefore, X person saw it and X person saw it, who then reshared it, and you guys have then seen, and the trip to the UK was already happening, and everything just pieces together from
alignment.
One action or one reaction sparks a chain, which leads to beautiful moments like the conversations we've been having.
Yeah, I've been having loads of beautiful conversations today. I feel like we could stay here for like a whole week.
Right?
Just be talking
and just pick each other's brains and just
enjoy condensing that into one episode.
Be a lot of good footage.
We need hella memory cards for that. I don't think I have enough memory cards for every single
series straight.
Right?
Just turn off out of nowhere. Not really technical difficulties, because it just cuts at just the right time.
Yeah.
Technical non-existence.
Right.
Just no.
For real.
Scene done.
Right.
Okay, but yeah, one other question I did want to ask as well was basically I know that obviously the stuff you've gone through is your inspiration and stuff, but is there any people that you look up to, that you look not that you want to be like them, but you can look at them and be like, oh, I really like what they do with their art. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a poet. It could be like an artist of any kind that sings, raps, or
that inspires you.
One way or another, yeah.
Definitely my brother. Yeah,
listen to his music.
Crazy, right? Shit bangs. I'll tell you the exact moment in which helped me become where I am, and why I credit it to my brother specifically. So one day we were having a conversation, and he knew that he knows that I write. So he was just like, bro, you ever wanted to perform? I'm like, not really. I don't really know. And he just looked at me. He was like, just do it. You're talented as hell. nobody's gonna tell you shit. And it was just what I needed to hear in that specific moment, because my family is very much so, they're very supportive. I love my family, guys. I love my family. My family is always behind us. However, there is that thing of art is not a real career. Right? And my brother was the one person that he was just like, dude, you're gonna make it. You know? He was the one person that genuinely just pushed me no matter what anybody else thought. And I found that to be very comforting, but also very, like, all of my motivation came from it at that specific time. And this is a conversation we had about, like 5 years ago? And he's very, very great in his career as well. He's a musician. He's dope as fuck. So hearing that from him and understanding that, wow, okay, I can do that too. You know, it was kind of like, oh, wow, yeah. So I would definitely credit that to my brother. Yes, Creature.
Creature is fire. just
Yeah,
that is
for
dope.
sure.
Like, to have such an inspiration that's actually just so close to you, really.
Yeah.
As a sibling and stuff as well. So I feel that it just makes the inspiration that a bit more touching, you know?
Yeah, it does. It does. I don't actually know if I've ever told him that. Oh, he'll find out later.
Just WhatsApp that over.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it's awesome. Especially him seeing me grow now and seeing, you know, like, I'll call him often and be like, hey, dude, I got books or whatever. And he's just so happy. He's so happy for me. So it's actually really beautiful. Yeah.
It is. Like, I've overheard conversations between you and your brother.
Yeah.
He is the biggest hype man.
Right? And he's so... he's such a brother, right? Meaning that you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a couple siblings.
You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, so...
Big, like, older brothers?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know when they love you, but love you too hard sometimes, and they're just a little rough on the outside.
No, I get that. Yeah. But you know that it's from a good place, though.
Right, yeah. So he can definitely be like that sometimes, but it's like it's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
No, I guess it's good to have that, because it's just like, damn, I have someone that really has my back. I mean, I know obviously he's a bro, but it's like, it's one of those things you have to appreciate, because not everybody really has that great relationship.
Right.
With their
and
family.
you can trust it too. Like, if somebody that you love, that loves you that much, is coming at you, like, with some form of constructive criticism, or like whatever it is, or like the tough love, you know to trust that.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
definitely.
so true. Because you know there's no ulterior motives. There's no trying to get a one-up on you.
Like, they genuinely just love you that much that they want to help you grow as much as possible.
Yeah.
No matter what it feels like at the time.
You know what? I feel like that's the important part about surrounding yourself with people that also influence that, whether they be family, friends, you know, relationships, whatever. You have to make sure that that person supports you through it, even if it's not what you want to hear at the time, you know, or it is what you need to hear at the time. But being able to push somebody to grow to their potential self, that's a beautiful thing.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Just to watch that person facilitate their own growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like watching a flower bloom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But speaking of music, brother, what's your favorite like music genre in general?
Okay. On a cool day, I'm definitely an R&B kind of chick.
Old school.
However, I'm very much a Logic, J. Cole, NF fan. Things that... music that has insane lyricism, right? Just insane lyricism. Not more so, trap is cool. You know, I can bop to trap. Yeah. But I like music that I can sit and think back on and reflect on. And it, like J. Cole. J. Cole's a storyteller. Now, J. Cole's flow has gotten so much better since he was younger. Not saying that he was never good with his flow, right? But he's elevated a lot. But one thing J. Cole is known for is storytelling.
Okay.
There's not one song of J. Cole's that you would walk away from and just not
Haven't
understand
lived.
what is it. Or or you haven't lived through, and it's insane.
Like Wet Dreams is a prime example of that.
You would go to that song.
Okay.
No, as in like for the
He talks about
storytelling
losing
itself.
his virginity, right? Losing his
do me
virginity.
like
He does it.
that.
He does it really, really slick though.
No, that's like
Okay.
out of all of his tracks, like I would say the one that really like sticks out in terms of how just like how that storytelling truly just brings you in as if if you are telling it in the first person.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Like,
okay,
you
yeah,
see,
yeah, I get what you're
that's
saying. Yeah.
why
Okay.
I'm referring to that
Yeah.
song.
Okay,
Thank you very much. Thank you. There was very much.
He was about to have a load of questions.
I was very much coming at it from a technical standpoint. Okay, guys.
You're drawing the fine line.
It's really fine. It's really fine.
Oh God.
No, man. But yeah, because when it comes to music and stuff as well, I think for me, I just like mostly. I think it really depends on my mood. I can't lie to you. Although I always be in the mood for indie, and I always be in the mood for metal.
Indie is
Yeah.
so chill.
Yeah, because I like I've been listening to a lot of Bieber Doobie. Yeah, and who else I've been listening to? Yeah, Bieber Doobie. He's really cool. What's it called? I'm listening to a lot, but like for some reason, I'm losing track of who I listen to.
Like back in
cool.
the day, I used to listen to a lot of a group called the Infected Mushrooms.
Oh, okay.
That sounds lovely.
Right?
That sounds great,
Infected
actually.
Mushrooms, like
wanna
proper
get
like
them.
edgy indie. But yeah, truly enjoyed them.
That sounds great. I'm gonna have to.
You know
Do
what?
some
I think we
listening.
might need to play that in the car on the way
Yeah,
back.
we might need to do that. We might need to do that actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
Indie music is so chill, so chill.
It's super. I love indie music, and also I like. I think the subgenre might be dream pop and shoegaze.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really, what's that?
It's like the only way I could really describe it is if you watch stuff like Dawson's Creek or any
Okay,
early 2000s and 90s show,
Yeah.
and they always have that super dreamy rock song in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Actually, yeah. That's awesome.
Because I used to always hear it when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I saw a playlist called Dream Shoegaze and Dream Pop, and I was like, what the hell is this stuff? And I listened to it, and I was like, whoa, this sounds amazing.
So like a really soft instrumental version of Aerosmith, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, like playing in the background as the scene pans out, something like that.
That sounds beautiful. Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, the image in my head is so beautiful.
You know what?
Wow.
You know
I
what?
was being J. Cole.
I just got like. I love how you tied that in. See, poets, man. Oh man, that was great. That was great.
I gotta admit.
It's
Wow.
just my brain. It's just...
But yeah, man, I just really love that kind of dreamy aesthetic and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's just because I'm kind of laid back, so just one of those things that just kind of, even my music choice can be like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like when I think of the metal, just kind of like, okay, why do you like this then?
Yeah.
But then I like
Yeah.
it because it's just so cool and like so aggressive.
The love for metal
Mm-hmm.
is unlike the love for any other genre. And I
Yeah?
say that
Mm.
as somebody who listens to a lot of fucking everything. Right, so like I can go from listening to like Slipknot or Avenged Sevenfold in 1
I love
minute
Slipknot.
Yeah.
through to listening.
Shout out to
I love
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
Yes.
Yo, Corey Taylor,
okay,
can you see
wait.
this?
Psychosocial?
Oh.
Come on now.
But you know the one song I listened to when I was younger that got me into metal in the first place? I didn't know the name of the song back then because we didn't have YouTube, unfortunately. I just heard it one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, what's it called? Wait and Bleed? Yeah.
Oh my god, we might actually have to listen to that
No,
because that
that's
just brought up
happening.
some great memories.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're gonna see a side of me. Yes.
So here for it.
Because I love. My brother got me into Slipknot actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cool because it's one of those things where, like, I just saw these guys with their masks and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think I was low-key a metalhead from when I was a baby anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my sister telling me a story of this guy that was really heavily tattooed. And he looked like the typical guy you see at a metal show, right?
Yeah.
And basically, I just think I just kind of walked up to him. I wasn't even scared or anything like that. And I was just like, oh, my sister was like, oh, how could you go into him and stuff? And I think like it's just like, oh, it's always been there from like when I was like
it's an entire vibe, like really and truly. I could be listening to Slipknot or like Avenged Sevenfold, and then it switches to freaking like Hello Goodbye, like you know.
Dude,
really,
I was gonna go to like Britney Spears,
like the Euro pop trash that's so good, right? And I have such an appreciation for that. Like I bop like no one's business when Hello Goodbye come on, but and then I can pour my soul into an Adele song, right?
Oh yeah.
But when metal comes on, like it takes your body.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to explain it. Seriously, you ever do the closing of the eyes and you're just like, yes, you feel it through your whole soul.
And it's the face.
Just to conclude the show and stuff, thank you for being on Phantom of the Ark Fiend's channel for the first episode. It was a blessing to have you two here.
Yeah, thank you. This was awesome.
Yeah, this is really awesome. I really enjoyed myself. Hope you guys enjoyed yourself too.
Absolutely.
And we were number one.
Right? Right?
Yes. Exclusive shit.
Yes. Let me take my bow now.
A hair flick for me.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, that's the end of the show, guys. We're gonna be with you soon with another episode of Phantom of the Ark Fiend Talks. And that's all. See you guys.
Peace.